All right, y'all, welcome to the show. I got an amazing one for you. I got a lot of updates. We're going to talk about the polling. What is the state of the race right now when it comes to Trump versus Biden? We'll get to RFK Jr. blew up the internet by saying something hilariously disturbing about 9/11. I'm going to give you the Iranian election, what happened in the Iranian election, some really interesting news coming out of there. And then we have liberal QAnon is now apparently a thing. Resistance Democrats are humiliating themselves to defend Biden with his cognitive decline. And then later on, we have climate collapse, man. It's here. We have extreme temperature records being shattered in every which direction, left and right. So we'll talk about that and more. Everybody do me a big favor. Please subscribe to the channel. You know how to do that. The button's right below. And thank you to everybody who supports this show on Patreon or tips on YouTube. Remember, guys, I don't talk to any advertisers at all. So you guys help fund the show from the ground up. And it really means the world. All the small dollar donors, $2 a month, $5 a month, whatever it is, helps out tremendously. You have no idea. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, I'm going to show you some things here which are kind of wild and perplexing. Okay, so look at this article, which came out on July 6th. New poll, Biden regains some ground lost to Trump after debate, including in swing states. So yes, they're claiming there what you think they're claiming, which is, actually, maybe the debate kind of helped him, bro. Or at the very least, didn't hurt him. All right, let's see the specific numbers here. So Joe Biden regained some lost ground following his poor debate performance against Donald Trump, reducing the gap that had widened in multiple key swing states amid the fallout. On Saturday, Bloomberg and Morning Consult released a new poll showing Biden regaining against Trump in Michigan and Wisconsin. Moreover, Biden appeared to narrow Trump's lead in Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, and North Carolina. The survey also indicated Trump's lead over Biden has shrunk to 2% across 7 essential states, with a lead of 47% to 45%. Per Bloomberg, this is the closest margin Biden has gained to overtaking Trump since October of last year, not only regaining lost ground, but exceeding some pre-debate polling. So just so everybody knows, you're probably very confused because that was probably the worst debate performance of all time. So I'm going to give you, there's actually a very simple, direct, and clear explanation as to why this poll showed the results that it did, okay? So hang in there. You're going to understand all of it in just a second, and I'm going to give you a more accurate screenshot of what the debate looks like, or excuse me, what the race looks like. So again, just to show you, Biden gained in all states besides Pennsylvania and Nevada. This is a Morning Consult poll. Arizona, Trump is up 3. Nevada, Trump is up 5. Wisconsin, Biden up 3. Michigan, Biden up 5. Pennsylvania, Trump up 7. North Carolina, Trump up 3. Georgia, Trump up 1. So this is, again, the positive poll for Biden. And in the positive poll, he's winning 2 swing states. Okay? So now, what's the logical explanation as to how in some post-debate polls he's actually doing better? This is the answer right here. Joe Biden's current poll numbers, which show him losing in an electoral college landslide, reflect an environment in which he is dominating swing state airwaves. So this is what's been going on in the swing states. In Arizona, Biden and the Democrats and their allied super PACs are massively outspending Trump and the Republicans. It's 6.2 million Democratic pro-Biden ads to $83,000 in Republican pro-Trump ads. Georgia, 9.6 million pro-Biden ads to 3.6 million pro-Trump ads. Michigan, 12.3 million pro-Biden ads to 60,000 pro-Trump ads. Nevada, same thing, 8.3 million Democratic pro-Biden ads to 118,000 pro-Trump Republican ads. 3.3 million for Democrats in North Carolina, 90,000 for Republicans. And then I guess the place where Trump is spending the most heavily is Pennsylvania. And by the way, in Pennsylvania, even with Biden outspending Trump and the Democrats outspending the Republicans, Trump is up 7 in that poll. But here you see the Republicans are spending a little more there. It's 17 million spent on the Democratic side to 8 million spent on the Republican side. And of course, Trump is winning that state by a lot. So guys, understand something. As time goes by, the Republican ad money is going to skyrocket and the Democratic ad money is going to go down. So there's going to come a time in the near future where the Republicans and the pro-Trump groups are massively outspending the Democrats and the pro-Biden groups. We know the Democratic donor money is drying up for Biden. We've seen that. Abigail Disney came out and said it. A number of big money donors came out and said it. So the Democrats are losing the money. They will fall behind in the spending for ads in all of the swing states. And what do you think is going to happen to the polls in that scenario? You mix the bad debate performance with the bad media, with continued bad performances and interviews from Biden, and now the money drying up on the Democratic side and going up on the Republican side. What do you think is going to happen? This poll just came out as well. This poll came out from Emerson. Here's what the Emerson poll shows. Trump winning Nevada by 6 points. Trump winning Pennsylvania by 5 points. Trump winning Georgia by 5 points. Trump winning Arizona by 4 points? Yes. Winning Wisconsin by 3 points. Winning Michigan by 1 point. So the newer Emerson poll, we're now seeing Trump winning every single swing state. The best polls for Biden have him winning 2. The best polls for Trump have him winning all of the swing states. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, this is with the Republicans spending way less than the Democrats on ads. Okay, so those headlines that we covered at the beginning would lead you to believe that, oh, the debate maybe helped Biden or certainly didn't hurt Biden, right? That's what those polls would have you believe. No, those polls are directly because the Democrats are spending gargantuan amounts of money right now. And that money's going to dry up and the Republican money is going to go up. Okay? Here's a better snapshot from Nate Silver, and it shows what happened to the polls post-debate. So you could see here, Trump kind of had a slight lead over Biden for a while. The race was dead tied not too long ago in, it looks like what? In late June? It was kind of tied, thereabouts. Maybe 1 point separated them. And then here's the first debate, as you can see. And look what happens. Trump ticks up slightly, Biden ticks down slightly. And by the way, RFK, despite the fact that he allegedly ate a barbecued dog, his numbers went up. He went from 7.6 to 9.3 post-debate. So Trump ticks up after the debate, Biden ticks down, RFK ticks up. So as of right now, we're at Trump at about 43% and Biden at almost 40%. So it's like a 3-point difference. What I also want to show you is the 538 model. Now remember, Nate Silver and 538 are no longer together. Nate Silver has his own model. 538 has their own model. Nate Silver today claims the race is 70% likely to go to Trump, 30% Biden. That's what he claims today. I tend to agree with his analysis. He admits, look, we've never been here. The president is like sundowning, and that's bad, and we don't have a model to predict how voters are going to react to that, right? But at the same time, you know, people despise Trump. Independents, moderates despise Trump. He underperformed in the primary race by 8 points on average. He always did worse by about 8 points in every single primary state. So the polls do tend to overestimate him a little bit, but again, is that going to hold when on the Democratic side, the guy really could barely complete a sentence? So anyway, he says 70-30. I think that's about right. The 538 people, look at this. They have it, if they run the simulation 100 times, Biden wins 49 and Trump wins 51. I would really love to know what their formula is, because why is it so different from everything I've seen, right? Again, I think Nate Silver's is pretty fair, 70-30. I think that's pretty accurate. But every time I look at the polls, again, Biden's usually down in all but one swing state. And then now, like I said, there's a couple polls where he's up in 2, down in the rest. So, I mean, again, I don't know how they came to this number. Maybe that's something I'll look into over the next few days. But, yeah, there's your state of the race right now. Remember, when people say to you, because this is probably going to become a resistance liberal talking point, you know, this article right here, like, poll, Biden regains some ground, lost to Trump after debate. when people bring that up to you, what you need to understand is, number one, this is sort of an outlier, right? This poll is a little bit of an outlier, and outliers happen from time to time with polling, okay? But number two, the logical explanation is this, is right now Democrats are far outspending Republicans, so that actually accounts for that. As soon as, the media cycle is going to catch up to Biden and the Democrats. It just is. His continued poor performance is going to catch up to them. It just is, right? And we're already beginning to see, like with this poll, it's going in the other direction. And then hold your breath for when the Republicans start spending gobs and gobs of cash in those swing states, because Trump's numbers are going to go up even more. So really, honestly, what you're banking on right now is just, if Biden stays in, what the Democrats are banking on is like, hey, Trump underperformed in every election since 2016. The Republicans have underperformed in every election since 2016. He underperformed the polls by 8 points in this very primary. People will not vote for a convicted felon. They will not vote for a guy who's an extremist who's still denying the last election. It literally doesn't matter if we run a carcass. We're going to win. That will be clearly what the Democrats are relying on if Biden doesn't step down, right? But I don't know about you guys, but when I look at this situation, you can see the numbers here. Trump up by about 3 points. Running against a convicted felon who said he's going to suspend the Constitution, who has a record of governing for 4 years and was an absolute authoritarian maniac. If you're not up 10 points on him, you're an embarrassment, right? You just are. And they are. The Democrats are. So we'll see what happens with Biden. But again, don't buy into the resistance liberal line of like, oh, he actually improved after the debate, or it didn't hurt him after the debate. It definitely did, and it will continue to hurt him. And it's all the big spending by the Democrats now that's propping them up barely. And soon that role is going to reverse and Republicans are going to be outspending Democrats. And what then? Are we going to be looking at polling where Trump's up 10 points in virtually every swing state? Is that really what we want to do here? Is that really where we want to be here? So again, my analysis of it is, it's hard to analyze it because we've never been in a position like this. A fucking convicted felon versus a guy whose brain doesn't work. But as of this moment, the snapshot, I tend to agree with Nate Silver's analysis that it's kind of 70-30. But really, nobody really knows, right? Nobody really knows. And I think we're all just kind of hoping that Biden steps aside. Even putting aside the politics of it, I think it's more about the fact that he's clearly sundowning, and this is elder abuse. And even if you say, hey, he's choosing it himself, well, then he's elder abusing himself because he clearly doesn't have it in him. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.